welcome to Grace Note Stitchers. This is another one of my how-to videos. It's going to be a little different than the one I planned on making for you because my new start is Summer Quakers by Rosewood Manor. This will be my first time using Valdani threads, so I'm really excited, and I'll show you how to start a project with 3 strands because I did go ahead and read all the instructions. So this is going to show you how to do a corner start and not a middle start. So this isn't necessarily for a beginner unless you're doing a big project like this. So right in my instructions, it gives me the order of pages and it says stitch in order, starting 3 inches down and 3 inches over. So I am not to start in the center, which I was all set to do, but reading the directions first is always so important. So I went ahead and put my string on my floss on my needle for my first stitches. I'm sorry. And I apologize the disaster that I look. Wasn't really planning a video today. So I'm going to go ahead, go down my 3 inches. I use my needle. This is going to be stitched over 2. If you don't know what over 2 is over 2 threads because this is a 28 count, I'll double check, 28 count Lugana, which means it's the same as 14 count Ada. So it's going to be stitching like a tic-tac-toe board over 2. So then I'll start here and I'll go in another 3 inches. And then just because you know the whole measure twice rule, I'll just double check. Make sure I am down 3 whole inches. Make sure I'm over 3 whole inches, which I am. Now, that would be the very corner. It actually looks like I need to go in 2 stitches and I need to go down 1, 2, 3 stitches because I'm not going to show you this whole pattern, but I'm going to start with this little motif right here. And because I have 3 strands, I'm not going to do the loop start. So, sorry. Again, I'm going to go in by 2, 1, 2, and then down by 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm using a gold-plated needle just because I had bought packs of gold-plated needles. I'm not going to say it's my favorite, but it's what I grabbed. So I'm going to do that set of 3, and then I will go back and pick up the one at the top and the one at the bottom. So without a loop start, I just take my thread back here, and with these Valdanis, you'll do whole X's. You're not going to do the going over with the right leg and coming back. I'll show that with a different, probably with an Ada project, because that's what a lot of beginner kits use. So I'm going to anchor this underneath and just loop around. It's not like I have to keep my finger there the whole time. I make my threads probably a lot longer than a lot of people, but I hate rethreading my needle. And see, I have it anchored, I have it caught, I'll make sure it's nice and smooth. And this is 3 ply. So it told us to use all 3 plies. It's not 6 ply like DMC. Now I have my first stitch in. I have it completely anchored, completely behind. Now I'll put my needle through for my second stitch. This is where I get my Q-snap because you want the tension to be the same. If you were stitching in hand, you know, just continue as you were. I went ahead and put this part together. And like I did before, this is a little bit smaller of a Q-snap. I'll probably make a bigger one as I go, but this is my favorite size to work with, the 11 by 17. Besides the fact that I used, with the set, I got my Garon tote bags, summer Quaker bag that they made to go match, and today I get to open up my needle minder, so I'm very excited about that too. I haven't even cut this off because I wanted to show you all. This is Picture This plus Truffle. Truffle to me is usually more of a brown, so when I got this and saw how pink it was, I was really happy about that. I am all about pinks and purples, so as I pulled out my favorite color, or the first color to stitch, I said this is probably going to be my favorite color in the whole set. So I'm actually really happy. Whoops, I can gently pull that out, or I could have taken it off. So I'm having all my again, I put this to the back. That way if I set this against the wall, it's the backs of my stitches and not the fronts of my stitches. Alright, so let me go ahead and finish this off. I'll anchor it. See, I still am flipping it over to make sure that I have coverage. Otherwise I have fuzzies and everything going every which way. So this is how the Valdani came, and this was a kit, so I'm not sure how it comes singly. So it was all set up nice like this. I know me, and then I'm probably going to be, as I unwind it, probably going to make a huge mess. So these are what I use, because people always ask, what do you use for your projects? These are my individual project kits, so I will probably just put one in each spot. That way if it comes unwound, it's okay. I'll wind it up when I'm all done and find a way to store it. Probably back in this, I don't know. But then my husband has a label maker, and he'll put on here summer Quakers, or on the side. If you see, we have some up there. So I'm going to show you how to stitch over 2 with linen. So it's kind of like a tic-tac-toe board. So I'm going to come down, I'm going to skip that little stitch there. You're always skipping the middle. So left to right. Why am I going this direction? Because with overdyes, you go this way and then back this way. So I'm in my second row here. And then I will show you my next row when I do the next row. So I'm skipping this little center, coming down here. So you see that little hole there. And you can see the darkness of my threads. That's why when you're going across the back that you really don't want to drag very far. That's my husband you hear in the background. I'm recording. All right, one more stitch on this row, and then I'll show you how to go on to the next row. My daughter's doing a really great job of not showing you my pattern. This again is the summer Quakers. And I decided to drop this in the middle since I said about stitching over 2. All right, so now I'm going to go down to the next row. Again, I'm going to skip down, skip that little center there, and then I'll show you the exact center. I'm going to miss this, and I'm going to miss this all in my stitch. Right here is the center stitch. That is my center of my tic-tac-toe board. So I skipped over that. Remember me saying I was skipping that one there? And now I'm coming up through here. And that, my friends, is how you do over 2. I'm not doing 2 over 2. Remember, I'm doing 3 over 2 because I have that Valdani thread. So pretty, all these colors. So believe it or not, I'm going to be done in 1 second here, but this I'll have to push down. This is all one color. That's one color. And this is my 3rd color that I'm doing. Such a fun project. All right, thanks. So that when I go to pull the one, it's got a label on it. All right, well, I hope this helped you to start a new project, one that starts in the top left corner. Just make sure that you know the size of your fabric so that you can count in the right amount. Like if you give yourself a 2-inch border, then you need to make sure you have only 2 inches when you measure in to begin. All right, happy stitching.